According to Article 5 of NATO, we know if one member is under attack, it is the meaning that entire all NATO members are under attack. So you have seen the attacks on Poland. What would be the response from other members of NATO? Mr. Norman, you are from Washington DC right this moment.
Yes, we have an agreement with NATO as a member, active member of NATO, that we will support, respond, and do what is necessary to address any type of aggression on the NATO pact. So the United States is obligated to that, and they have full intentions to support that.
Norman, could this drone incursion be considered a deliberate Russian provocation, and how should NATO respond at this stage?
This drone, I call it intrusion, I will consider it as a probe to test the NATO systems, to test their response, and to basically to assess their readiness for a response. NATO is doing exactly what they're supposed to do in response to any type of perceived threat. Yes, it was a drones, a series of drones. I believe the drones came from Belarus. The intent was to basically to test the readiness of the NATO system, and everything by the bylaws and the rules of NATO was done correctly. So we are waiting right now to see exactly what Russia's next move is. NATO is poised and ready to respond and do a counter response to anything that may come up or develop. So it's very tense in the region, particularly in the Baltic state regions, the Baltic area. Is very on alert. Everything is on high alert right now.
What role should diplomacy play when military tensions escalate in Eastern Europe, Mr. Norman from Washington, D.C.?
Yes, the role of diplomacy has to be the number one instrument in dealing with this. Communication is the key. As long as we have dialogue and we continue to talk, the necessary for warlike actions is minimal. Yes, they can attack. We can have war. We can fight. We can do all this stuff in terms of killing each other. But how does that benefit anyone? It doesn't. So the goal is to basically entice, manipulate people to make a decision based on their needs. The needs of both sides need to be clearly put out and expressed. There's always a solution. The solution is to communicate and talk about how we can do this thing, how we can get this thing going, how can we live and be progressive. No one wants a war. A war is not going to benefit anyone. Everyone loses in that situation. But the key is, how do we communicate and understand exactly my needs, my goals, and how do we be progressive? That has always been the problem. How do we understand the other man's situation versus theirs? And basically, do we have a situation where we have needs? It's a difference between needs and wants. So we want a lot of things, but do we really need that? So that is where we need to get to the point where what is necessary for everybody to coexist. So diplomacy is the key.
Israel has hit hard to Qatar. Qatar is a YC member, Qatar is a OPEC member, Qatar is a Gulf countries member, GCC member. Qatar is known for its negotiation skills and dedication. Now Qatar is under attack. My first question to Norman, what are the implications of Israel's targeting of Hamas leaders in Doha for regional stability, as well as you heard, Norman, Qatar started attacking on Yemen, killed 69 people.
Yes, the Prime Minister of Qatar had a interview and a statement regarding this attack. He's basically stated that he basically is disgusted and felt very betrayed by Israel. They are considering really reviewing actually what is their role, or do they have a role, or should they have a role in this peacekeeping process. The Prime Minister has called upon the other Gulf states to have a collective response, not a military response, but a collective response to this violation of their sovereignty and this attack. And basically what he's saying is, why Israel is wasting our time. If you don't want to do peace, why waste our time and risk the safety of our people if your intentions is not pure?